All right, I'm going to start a new feature on FisherMN. Whenever I can, I'm going to try to give you a half an hour of live fishing so you can just see everything that happens in a half an hour without me editing over all the bumbles and the stumbles and everything else. So here we go, live fishing. Let's get them. I'm on a line right now where I'm catching some northerns. I got a Mepps spinner on. And it's interesting because the casting seems to be working better than the trolling today. So I've gotten a few in the boat on this spot. If we can just find the right edge of the drop, it seems like that's what's working. You'll see me reach down. I got my rudder down here just to make small adjustments. I'll be looking at my graph. After the last fish, I had to kind of readjust things and get a new battery in the camera, and I kind of drifted. So it might take a minute to get back to where we were being really productive. It's been kind of a fun bite. You know me, I like my frogs, but this is pretty fun too when you're casting a Mepps spinner and catching some decent sized northerns on it. All right, we're starting to drop down, which is good. And just reeling pretty slow, you can feel those blades of the Mepps spinner going, and as soon as they stop, there's no logs down there, so you set the hook. It's been a decently frustrating day. Tried Mille Lacs for most of the morning into the early afternoon and nothing. So I thought I'd try a local lake and see if I could get on the northern bite, because it was pretty good a couple of days ago. All right, we're right on the drop where I would think we want to be. Yeah, if I went live at 4 a.m., you can put in the comments how many of you would actually be watching. And this will be kind of a fun live because I can take both of my cameras and put in the different views. But I'm going to try to keep it unedited. I'm not going to put a whole lot into putting transitions in and cutting out some of the stuff I usually cut out. I just hope I can get you a fish in this half hour. It's been 4 minutes where you've just had to listen to me so far. Got the perfect breeze going. I think I mentioned it, but I got a Mepps number 5 on. Green blade, white skirt. And it's got a little bit of red with it too. And I'm reeling slow enough till I feel the lure just tipping the tops of the weeds. And that seems like what's triggering those strikes. Got 12 feet and weeds up to about 8 feet. There we go. Kind of coming with me. That's a decent one. He's wild. There we go. All right. It's got it right on the snout, which is great. When you get a decent sized northern, there's kind of a handle right here, so you can grab it and pinch it pretty good. And then you got a chance to get that hook out and have control of the fish. I think the bigger ones are easier to handle than the small ones. There we go. All right, live northern. Number one of many, hopefully. Like I say, it's just awesome when you feel that blade turning and then it just stops and you know you can set the hook. The Yak Attack net has been awesome, and it'll handle those all the way up to probably 35-inch northerns. Anything bigger than that, I'm just gonna grab them anyhow. So all right, probably got a little bit of wind noise. I think that's helping the bite though, so we'll kind of deal with it. All right, we're off the line again. Keep casting till we get on it. It just seems like there's that magic spot where it drops down and there's no weeds, and you kind of cast right into the weeds and pull it out. As soon as it pops out, you got a northern on. Supposed to have some red on the skirt here. Yep, this is a little tangled. This Mepps is getting pretty mangled. It's about 15 northerns in. Unfortunately, the feathers and stuff or the hair and stuff starts coming off. Mepps actually has squirrel tail that they use, and they have a squirrel tail program where you can actually send them squirrel's tails and get a little discount off of lures. Kind of interesting. All right, we're getting back into that zone again. It's hard when you catch a fish, you get a little bit of adrenaline and you want to reel a little faster. So I gotta slow it down. Making casts where I think there's weeds, letting it sink a little bit. Just kind of reeling slow until I feel it tick in the weeds. Hopefully the breeze will make some of those big guys bite. Sorry if my head's moving a lot. I'm checking out my depth finder. All right, I'm not ticking too many weeds, so I've gotten a little bit away from our line. we're starting to come up. Should be right on them here. Next couple of casts. There we go. Right on cue. Well, that's a thick one. There we go. It's like they know when you get the net ready. There, nice fish. Oh. I think he's watching live. He knows what I'm doing here. All right. That's a good fish. All right. A rubber net is a must. And I was hoping he'd open up wide for me, but we'll help him. Jaw spreaders. There we go. I would say close to a 30-incher. Look at that belly. You see that? Man, bulging. They're on the feed. All right, I like to let them slide back in the water. There he goes. All right. Get that northern slime off the hands. I don't know if you notice, but I always open my bail when I get a fish, because you never know when they're gonna flop out and take off, or maybe your lure's hanging in the water and another fish grabs it. Like I mentioned, once you get into the right area today, you can almost count on a bite. And the nice thing is, they've been pretty decent fish. All right, so we're dropping down on the depth finder. We just came out of some weeds, so a cast right at this angle should be a pretty good one. Oh, plopped it right on top of some weeds, so a little too far that way, maybe a little more this way here. There we go. That should be a good cast. Another thing I should mention, check your Mepps if you're using a Mepps spinner. Make sure it's nice and straight. Those bigger fish will T-bone it and kind of knock it off center. There we go, tipped over some weeds, slowing it down as it comes off the drop. I noticed some weeds right in front of me, so I'm going to move over this way. You can see I've been busy in that area. Starting to bump some weeds. There's no weeds under the boat, so we just got to find that right area where we're not getting caught up. We're about to the top of where I want to go, so I'm going to turn around and let's see if we can get some coming the other way. There you go, tip the top of them, slow it down for the break. Get the weeds off, try again. Got 17-pound nanofill. I kind of go lighter even when I'm pike fishing. Got my St. Croix SC4 blank. It's one of my custom rods that my buddy Wayne helped me make. The loon says hello. All right. We're going to go back up the line one more time. Trick for any kind of spinner that you use that has hair coming off the back, every fifth reel, give it an extra fast reel, and that'll make that skirt kind of go like that. If anything's following, it might trigger a strike. I think that loon is booing me. All right, we'll try to get another one. I don't know if you can see that loon over there. but the loon just got into some cover where there's weeds, and I feel like we're a little closer to that, so maybe I'll make some casts over that way, see if there's some northerns right on the edge. See if we can get the right angle here. It's starting to come up. Rather than throwing to the weeds and bringing it over, you're only having about this much of strike zone, but if you can get right on the edge, you can just have all strike zone as you bring your lure in. And I will say, this isn't the 10th time I've tried to do a live and catch a fish. This is my first attempt. I will say but also that I was catching a couple before I decided to do the live, so you got me in that way, but nice to catch a couple of live fish. We've got about 8 minutes left. Let's see if we can get a couple more of those big northerns. What I should have been doing is putting marks where I caught the northerns, but I overlooked that. If we get another one, we'll put a mark. All right, we're coming over the drop. All right, down this line should be good. Got weeds up to about 8 feet and about 12 feet in depth. It's been a beautiful day. The wind has been just about right. Not dead calm, but like 2 to 5 miles an hour. I got another side of the lake I'm gonna fish later tonight and hope for some of the same. And the bass have been kind of waking up a little bit here too, so I'm hoping for a good night because the morning was slow on Mille Lacs for me. As I go along, I'm just kind of doing half pedals to keep myself just moving forward on this line that I'm fishing. There we go. Oh, surprised me. I saw a flash. It looks pretty good. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Man, we got some big guys coming out to play today. Ooh. See see some blood on this guy. I wonder what happened. Did we get it in too deep? Ugh. Another nice one. Sometimes they just attack it and it gets in their gill, so let's hope. Another thing to remember, if you get them in quick, they've probably got a lot of fight left in them. So find that grip and hold on tight. Yeah, he took it in there. There we go. Came out pretty easily. Another nice northern. Beautiful. All right, back in he goes. Well, when I had him on, I should have marked the spot because we've blown off it, but we kind of get the idea. I can see all the zigzags on my Lowrance. What is that, 4? That's 4 decent fish. All right, look at our poor Mepps. I'm gonna still use it. We'll rinse off the northern blood. We'll get it back out there. I think that northern is gonna be fine. It might have just nicked his gills a little bit. All right, so we got to get out a little bit. I've caught a lot of fish, but I feel like I'm surprised every time a fish hits. That guy surprised me. All right, back on the drop off here. What do you think? Is it possible? One more? Let's see, what do we got? We got about 2 minutes left. Maybe I'm just getting lazy with my editing. Should be a pretty easy video to put together. Just throw it in there. Oh, there's another one. Wow, it didn't feel like he hit very hard, but I saw a flash. Looks like a decent one. Yeah, it's okay. It's a nice thing about a Hobie too. I can kind of pedal a couple of times to get him up to the boat. All right. These smaller guys I just kind of lift in, although he's got some decent heftiness to him. Way down there. There you go, find the right angle, get the hook out. No worse for the wear. And there we go. And that, my friends, is 1/2 an hour of live fishing. Thanks so much for checking it out. Let me know in the comments, do you like this? Do you want to maybe see a 1/2 an hour live fishing every week? Can't guarantee I'm going to catch as many fish, but let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. This day will have a video of its own probably, depending on how many more fish I catch. So, all right, I'll see ya. Good luck if you're fishing.